We all know there are some pretty extensive first aid kits out there. You have some people who can buy them all in one go, and some of them can get pretty expensive. Or you have some people who have to piece them together. So basically what we're going to be doing today and in this video is giving a list of things you will need to buy to create your own first aid kit, especially doing this on a budget. So here we go. First up on the list is aloe vera gel. You may ask, why aloe vera gel? Well, we got to look at the benefits. It can help with burns, sunburn, small abrasions and cuts, dry skin, frostbite, cold sores, eczema, psoriasis. It's got a lot of uses, let's be honest. That's the reason why I put it on here. So if you don't want to necessarily reach for the bird cream, maybe it's a first degree, nothing too bad, or a slight burn, go ahead, grab some aloe vera gel. It can help handle pretty much about anything. Well, we can't forget about scissors. Now scissors, you want to keep a decent pair around. Doesn't necessarily matter which kind they are or where you really buy them from, but you want to make sure they have a sharp cutting edge. This could be used for many different things, whether it's cutting bandages or cutting away clothing to get access to a wound. You never know what you're going to need them for. Also, you can keep them sanitary rather than using your hands and ripping different things. So remember, just get you a nice pair of scissors. It always adds during a first aid kit. Next, be sure to check non-adhesive bandages off of the list. These, gotta have them. They're a go-to, especially if you have larger cuts or wounds or something you're going to be changing with frequency. That's why you want to keep the non-adhesive bandages, something that doesn't necessarily stick to the surface, things like that, a little more breathable. So remember, grab you a couple non-adhesive bandages. You can get them from the dollar store or, well, any pharmacy around you, and they're not very expensive. Medical tape is a must. Now, you can get this in many different kinds. You can get breathable, non-breathable, waterproof, mesh. There's a bunch of different ones. So basically, you use them for whatever you need and buy it for the purpose. But it'd be nice to have a plethora of different types if you can, just in case you have emergencies where you may need something that's breathable or not, or just in case you need something that's waterproof. Next up is a roll of gauze. Now, you never really know when you're going to need it, but it's good to have a couple rolls. You can buy these in different styles and different colors. You can get some that are, of course, the brown that you see. You can get them in white. Actually, you can buy them in almost any different color. Also, you can get them in self-adhesive, and you can get them with the snaps on them that go across, and you put them as tight as you want them. Now, there's a couple different styles and types, but once again, you can pick these up at the dollar store, Walmart, $1 to $2, and just kind of stock up as you go. Not all these items have to be bought at the same time. Keep some anti-inflammatories on hand. We all know these will come in handy, but we don't know when. And also, it's nice to have something that would break a fever, so keep something around like that. You could buy them, once again, anywhere pretty much, and you can either get them in an entire bottle, or if you want, you could buy them in single packets so they're easier to carry. Next up is some form of antibiotic cream. It could be Neosporin, Bactrim, triple antibiotic ointment, something along those lines. The reason why you see in most of my pictures why I put the larger box with small packets inside is, one, generally you're not going to lose a giant box with small packets rather than losing one tube. Also, it helps for rationing and being able to use it for trade if or when it's a stuff hits the fan situation. And you can also use them for handing them out if somebody needs one without dwindling your personal supplies. A surgical scrub brush is a necessity. Now, you can find ones that are already pre-packaged with Benadine in it, or you can find your regular scrub brush to get under and clean your nails and different things like that before having to deal with any medical issue, and to make sure that the surface is clean, all the debris is out of the cut and or area, and just to make sure everything's ready and prepped for whatever medical or surgical emergency you're going to have to deal with. Alcohol pads. Gotta have these. They're good for disinfecting areas, cuts, scrapes, anything like that. It's nice to keep them around without carrying a full bottle of alcohol with you wherever you go. Also, it makes it so if something unfortunate happens, you don't spill the entire bottle and lose it, versus snatching up a couple of wipes, carrying them with you, using them for cleaning purposes, and also, once again, small packets, you can help other people or use them for bartering. Now, picking up an arm sling while you're out, you can pick these up from Walmart, Amazon, once again, your local pharmacies. They range anywhere from $7 to $12, depending on what grade you want, whether they're breathable, see-through, etc., etc. But it's always good to have an arm sling because you never know if somebody's going to get injured, shoulder or arm, and it's always nice to have around just in case. Be sure when you're out in the field, have supplies for a splint. Now, simple things such as bandages, a little bit of tape, and some sticks to hold together a broken arm or a broken leg, it'll definitely help to keep everything still and stable so it's not moved and made worse until you can get medical attention. So just remember, a couple things needed for a splint, especially if you're out in the wood. Sticks and everything do help to stabilize whatever part of the body has been injured. Tweezers are up next. Now, I know everyone has had a splinter, and if you haven't, congratulations, you've made it this far in life without getting a splinter. Not all of us are that fortunate, but it's always good to have something to pick out a splinter, or if you get a nail or anything stuck, or get any small piece of debris that's stuck that possibly the scrubber can't get. So grab a couple of pairs of these. You can find tweezers, once again, anywhere from about $1 to $2 a piece, and if you get the upgraded ones, you can get them for about $6-7, or you can order whole packs with the 5-pack and scissors for about $9 or $10 off of Amazon. Now, a thermometer is good to have. You can get different types, from the baby style to the infrared. Me personally, I prefer the infrared only because, one, it doesn't have to go into a person's mouth or under their underarm pit. You just zone it on the head and go from there. You can get these USB rechargeable, or in a shit hits the fan situation, you might want to grab a couple extra batteries because these are battery powered also. But remember, pick one of these up, ranging from $12 to $20, and you can find them on Amazon or Walmart. Now, people might say I'm a little extra for having these, but I got about 3 or 4 of them. These are heart rate and oxygen monitors you place on your finger. Now, some people may think they're expensive. I found them on Walmart for $3.29, and I've seen them at different pharmacies for $5 or $6. Now think about that. Rather than having to put your finger on somebody's pulse and count, you literally pop it on their finger. It'll give you their oxygen level, and it'll give you their heart rate, and it's rechargeable. You can't beat that for between $4 and $10. You can find more expensive ones that do more, but if you're just looking for something basic, this model will definitely work. Also, single-use eye wash packs. I found them in different places, again, anywhere ranging from $3.99 for a 4-pack to buying a multi-pack for $10.99. Because from a realistic standpoint, I understand that you can use water to wash your eyes out naturally. But what if the water around you is contaminated and you don't currently have any on hand to wash your eyes out, or it's water you're attempting to purify at the time? So it's good to keep a couple of these around just in case you get something in your eye for emergencies and need to wash it out. And the last object on this list is an assortment of Band-Aids. Of course, you know you're going to need them out in the wild or whatever else goes on, because face it, humans are accident prone. It's just part of nature. Just remember, if you can, take the road that will probably lead to less injuries, cuts, scrapes, bruises, and or danger. Easiest method of survival. But grab you a family pack of Band-Aids. If you can grab more, grab different sizes. Grab a value pack that has a bunch of different ones in, with splints for cuts, for small nicks and abrasions. So you have a Band-Aid for every different matter. Now, that's just for a basic first aid kit. Understanding, yes, the heartbeat monitor may have been extra, but I have a couple other things in my own personal, like rechargeable blood pressure monitors. I also have things for blood to check blood sugar, glucose meters, things like that. I always keep them around with extra tabs. You never know what emergency someone's going to go into, but this list was just for the basics. If you want something more extensive, please leave a comment below and I'll definitely get on it. But thanks for watching, and remember, if you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. A New Breed signing off.